Robinson otra vez here, and I want to present to you this guitar today. This is called the Harley Benton Nashville Custom Line Nashville Nylon NT. I think NT stands for Natural Nashville. I'm not sure what do they mean by that. Custom line. Well, this is a solid body nylon string guitar with a very interesting combination of features. So the reason why I got interested in this guitar is because I'm a big fan of Godin guitars. I'm a big fan of stage semi-hollow nylon string guitars and sometimes steel string guitars, that hybrid kind of thing, because I like to combine multiple sounds. I love acoustic tones, I love electric sounds, and I hate feedback on stage. You put all of that together and it gives you basically a Godin Multiac guitar, which takes care of all of those problems, or an A6 Ultra. Perfect for bachata, perfect for the type of Latin music I make, and it's just perfect for me. But those guitars are a little bit pricey, and if you want to submit some guitars to some severe punching, going to places that you would not want to take your Godin with, accept gigs that you would otherwise cannot justify bringing a high budget amount of equipment. I thought to myself, well, who else can sell these things? And I've been in this question for a while, but just recently, a few months ago, I discovered that Harley Benton has a few guitars, and not long ago, I made a review of the Nashville Steel. And that is a fantastic guitar. I think I should do a review number 2 because it is a really good guitar. I found many more things that I like about it, and I intended to do some modifications, but I realized the guitar as it is actually even more useful. So I'll go back to that one. In the meantime, I want to talk to you about this guy. So it has some pluses and some minuses, some pros and some cons. The current price of this guitar is $272.92, and you have to add to that some shipping, probably another $70, so close to $340. Then the immediate question that you should ask, that anyone would ask, is this guitar worth $350 US as of right now? Is there any other guitar that offers what this guitar offers for this price point? Well, I'm going to leave that answer till the end because I want you to stay with me. But the answer is quite interesting. I'll tell you about the different parts of the instrument and my take on it. And it actually uses some new materials, that we're not used to. And the design is somewhat interesting. So, I want to point out, the first thing is that it has this very interesting holes on the sides, but they're purely decorational. These are just, I think, carved or etched to the top. The top is, interestingly, it's a spruce top, but it is a solid body, so it's just glued onto a solid slab of wood. This guitar is pretty heavy. It's, in my experience, is somewhat close to what a traditional Les Paul, some like 8-9 pounds would feel like. Maybe a little bit less than that. But it is heavy for a nylon string guitar. Starting from this end, the tuners in this guitar are the weakest link, the weakest point. They're pretty bad. If there's one thing that makes this guitar less usable, and I was actually concerned about using this guitar on stage because of how unreliable these tuners are, how inaccurate, how impossible it is to tune a string. I usually have to go down and then up and down and up and down and up in order for them to just become responsive to the pitch interval that I want them to be in. That being said, once they lock into tuning, These are not locking tuners, but I mean, once you achieve tuning, they stay pretty well. I don't recall having to tune this guitar again after tuning it once. And I have to say that I've been gigging with this guitar for the past 3 weeks, and it's received quite a bit of use. And I'm pleased to say that I've received very good comments about the sound. Moving on to the nut. Okay, let's see what Harley Benton has to say about this nut. Is this a bone nut? What type of material did they put on the nut? It says it's the 48 millimeter. So the nut width is 48 millimeter. It's comfortable. It's thinner than a classical neck, and it's slimmer too. So the neck profile is very fast and very convenient. It's nice for soloing and actually also for chording if you are accustomed to classical guitars. The fretboard radius is pretty flat. I would say maybe 20, 24. What does it say about the nut? Well, it does not say anything about the nut. I would assume this is a plastic nut. It really looks like a plastic nut, but it's well cut and it works fine. There's details in it. You could see that are not very nice, especially the fact that the nut is white and the binding of the guitar is cream. The cream of the binding is very nice looking. The white of the nut is not, and it's not matching either. Fret job, I would say, is pretty much, it's a traditional type of fret. It's very good fret work. The frets are not shiny. They're not particularly anything special, but you can achieve pretty low action in this guitar. Very satisfactory and without fretting anywhere. The fretboard is something special. They say is Jatoba. If I'm not wrong, this is some kind of thermally treated maple. If I'm not wrong about what Jatoba is. And it looks okay. It feels okay. I would prefer rosewood. I guess just a way to save cost. But it doesn't get in the way of anything. And if anything, from far away, it actually looks very nice. What else do we have to say about this guitar? 21 frets. It's a 648 millimeters scale length. I also would like to add that the strings that it comes with are very good. They're called the Dario Pro Art. They're good. I like very much. Do you hear that? Yeah, that's my struggle. The weather is changing. And the heater is off. It's on in the house, so we're going through weather, temperature, and humidity changes inside the apartment. So Okay, moving on to the finish of the guitar. So it's like a double binding in the front. Again, this spruced up is very nice. The body is made out of mahogany, and you can feel it. I can feel it. It's beautifully painted in red, and this one is two pieces. Um, yeah, I have all kinds of scratches because I don't know. It looks like I've scratched the guitar somehow. And what else is there to say? Beautiful, spruced up looking, but it has no function because it's a solid body. It says that the bridge is walnut, which actually matches the look of the Jatoba very much, very well. It looks beautiful. I also like the aesthetic look of it. Um, I believe that the saddle is plastic as well. This guitar has three knobs, just main volume, bass, and treble. You can feel when it's in the middle a little click. So that's very convenient to know if you are at zero. So you can dial it, reset the bass and the treble. At first, I was concerned about it having such a simple EQing system, not a three band EQ with the phase and the tuner and whatnot. I still miss having a tuner, but all electric guitars or solid body guitars, none of them have it. So I just bring a pedal every time. And I have to say that the sound of this simple piezo system is quite impressive. It's hot. It has a lot of output. One thing that I've noticed is that in order to strum this type of like very percussive, quite familiar in nylon string guitars or rumba and other rhythms. Usually, I always prefer, not usually, I always prefer a guitar with a body. There's something about the space within the guitar and the moving top that makes this lively. Whereas when you have a solid body, it sounds kind of plasticky, kind of what I would call synthetic. That being said, this guitar surprisingly has a very nice warm tone. I really like the playability of this particular guitar. This design is a small guitar, although heavy, and I've never been very good at judging how balanced the instrument is. I would say that this guy is manageable, and is it comfortable to play? It is very comfortable to play. Yes. Is it finished very well? Is what you would expect out of a Harley Benton guitar, which is good enough to look good on stage, but if you it doesn't feel fancy or expensive when you look at it in close up in person. You basically getting what you pay for. This guitar surprisingly has performed very well on stage. Electronics are very good. The sound is very good. I would say that the best tone that I get out of this guitar is just clean tones, like arpeggio. Very beautiful. The intonation is, as far as I can tell, is spot on. It's good. I have no complaints about the intonation in this instrument, which is above its price point. What else can I say? This guitar, is it worth the $350-$60 once it gets shipped to the United States? I would say it about makes the grade. Yes, I think it's worth it. That is considering that you can get a Godin Encore for $800-$900, which is the cheapest nylon multi-act, and it's actually a better guitar than this one in a multitude of ways. Still better intonation, better playability, more comfortable, and even more flexible electronics. Yes, definitely worth it, much more than this one. But this guitar, brand new, $360. There's nothing else out in the market that you could buy right now here in the United States that will do this job for this price. You take it a step further, and you have the Cordoba stage, which I haven't had the opportunity to try. Looking forward to that, but that one is already $700, which is almost double the price of this one. So I would say definitely it is definitely worth upgrading the tuners as well. It looks good on stage. I think I might post a few videos of me performing with this guitar on stage at the end of this video, so you can hear how it performs live. And this guitar has my thumbs up, totally worth it. Totally worth it for the price, even with its limitations, which are some of the construction and the finish, and the fact that it's a solid body. I would have much prefer a semi-hollow body or like a fully chambered body, but it is what it is. As it is, it really takes care of business. And I received a lot of compliments for this guitar. So I hope this review helps you if you're looking into this hybrid line Nashville Harley Benton NT guitar. Best regards.